To this resolution, Mr. Hunt was finally brought to consent. There was a large stock of furs, however, at the factory, which it was necessary to get to a market, and a ship was required for the service. The Albatross was bound to the Marquesas, and thence to the Sandwich Islands, and it was resolved that Mr. H should sail in her in quest of a vessel returning, if possible, by the 1st of January, and bringing with him a supply of provisions. He departed on the 26th of August, and reaching the Marquesa without accident. Commodore Porter soon afterward arrived, bringing intelligence that the British frigate Phoebe, with the store ship mounted with battering pieces, together with the sloops of war Cherub and Raccoon, had all sailed from Rio de Janeiro on the 6th of July, bounded for a mouth of the Columbia. Mr. H, after in vain attempting to purchase a whale ship from Commodore Porter, started on the 23rd of November for the Sandwich Islands, arriving on December the 20th. Here he found Captain Northrop of the Lark, which had suffered shipwreck on the coast of about the middle of March. The brig Peddler was now purchased for $10,000, and Captain N being put in command of her. Mr. H sailed for Astoria on the 22nd of January, 1814, with the view of removing the property there as speedily as possible to the Russian settlements in the vicinity. These were Mr. Astor's orders sent out by the Lark. On 28th of February, the brig anchored in the Columbia. When it was found that on the 12th of December, the British had taken possession of the coast. And some negotiations carried on just before the surrender on the part of the Northwest Company and McDougal. That worthy personage gave full evidence that Captain Thorne was not far wrong in suspecting him to be no better than he should be. He had been for some time secretly a partner of the rival association, and shortly before the arrival of the British, took advantage of his situation as head of the post to barter away the property of the company at less than 1/3 of its value. Thus failed for this great enterprise of Mr. Astor. At the peace, Astoria itself, by the Treaty of Ghent, reverted with the adjacent country to the United States. On the principle of status antebellum, in the winter of 1815, Congress passed a law prohibiting all traffic of British traders within our territories, and Mr. A felt anxious to seize this opportunity for the renewal for his undertaking. For good reasons, however, he could do nothing without the direct protection of the government. This evinced much supineness in the manner. The favorable moment was suffered to pass unimproved, and in spite of the prohibition of Congress, the British finally usurped the lucrative traffic in peltries throughout the whole of our vast territories in the Northwest. A very little aid from the sources whence he had naturally a right to expect it would have enabled Mr. Astor to direct this profitable commerce in the national channels and to render New York what London has now long been, the great emporium for furs. We've already spoken of the masterly manner in which Mr. Irving has executed this task. It occurs to us that we have observed one or two slight discrepancies in the narrative. There appears to be some confusion between the names of Millen, and Lenin. Or do these three appellations refer to the same individual? In going up the Missouri, Mr. Hunt arrives at the party at the Great Bend on the 1st of June, the third day after which the day on which the party is overtaken by Lisa. It is said to be the 3rd of July. Jones and Carson joined the expedition just above the Omaha village. On page 187, volume 1, we are told two men who had joined the company at the Omaha village, meaning Omaha, we presume, deserted and were pursued. But nothing overtaken. At page 199, however, Carson is recognized by an Indian who was holding a parley with the party. The Lark, too, only sailed from New York on the 6th of March, 1813, and on the 10th we find her much buffeted, somewhere in the near vicinity of the Sandwich Islands. These errors are of little importance to themselves, but may as well be rectified in the future edition.